Hey guys, this is my 10-minute Steel Cut Oats video, and if you haven't tried Steel Cut Oats, you should try it at least once and see how you like them. And as far as eating them before you're working out, whatever type of workout you're doing, I think you're going to find some pretty good energy, sustained energy. So here on the right we have just regular rolled oats, and then you've all seen rolled oats before. They're flat. So what they do is they take the oat, they cut it, and they steam it, and then they roll it so it's flat. I think they roll it between two metal rollers so it turns out flat like this, and they do it because it cooks a lot quicker when it's flat like this. And then the steel cut oats, you can see they're cut into little pieces, and they're actually pretty hard, and it takes quite a bit longer to cook these. I think if you look at a typical recipe, it's like 25 minutes, and not a lot of people have like 25 minutes in the morning to cook these steel cut oats. And it's the whole oat where it has the part of the bran around it, and it's much more dense than this regular like oatmeal. So it has more nutritional benefits, vitamins and minerals, because it has the bran around it. And it's also dense compared to this. So when you eat this, really good complex carbohydrates and sustained energy. I've been eating these for quite a while before I go mountain biking, and I could feel that there's a noticeable difference. I mean, between that bowl of cereal, I would compare these with oatmeal pancakes or like pasta for breakfast. So I'll show you how I'm cooking them in less than 10 minutes actually. It's 10-minute total time because there's 5 minutes prep before, and then it's about 5 minutes to cook them in the morning. Okay, so I take about a tablespoon of butter or so, and I'll put it in a pot here. And I got about a half a cup of steel cut oats. Put that in. And then I put it on high at the beginning just to melt the butter, and then but you want to cut it back to probably about medium high heat or so. And then you want to coat the steel cut oats with butter, and then you stir it around for about 5 minutes, and you'll see that they'll start turning a little bit darker brown, and it will give off a nice nutty aroma and scent. And you know, if you see it smoking, you got the heat up too high. So basically you just want to brown the steel cut oats. And you know, I just go to the local grocery store and I get them in the bulk section. So you could buy like, you know, a pound of this stuff, and it's like, you know, $1.50. It's pretty affordable. Okay, this is after about 3 or 4 minutes of medium-high heat, and I don't know if you could tell, but it's a little bit darker in color. It turned a little bit darker brown, and then it gives off a real nutty scent. So all I do is take 3/4 of a cup of water, stir it around, and the heat is off. I turn the heat off, stir it around, and put on the lid. And just overnight, I usually do this before I go to bed if I know I'm going for a bike ride the next day. So I just leave it like this overnight, and all the steel cut oats will soak up all the water, and so it's really a 2-day process. So but the next morning it only takes about 5 minutes to do, and you just follow how to prepare it, how to cook them. It's more the method you need to know. How you like to season it, it's up to you, but I'll show you how I've been seasoning the Steel Cut Oats. And you can pretty much do it any way you like, whatever you like. Any types of fruits, dried fruits, nuts, how sweet you like it, you know, cinnamon, vanilla, anything that you like for breakfast, you could pretty much put in this. So we'll wait for the next day. Okay, so it's the next morning, and I turn the heat up, and I have the lid on, and it pretty much doubled in size. So if you start with a half a cup, after it soaks up the water, it'll pretty much turn into about 1 cup. So I have about a half a cup of milk. It's 2% milk, and you know, if you don't eat a lot of dairy, you know, you don't have to use the milk, and you could probably bypass the butter at the start, so you don't have to brown it. So basically, you could bring this up to a boil, put the lid on, and it helps speed up the process. And I typically season it with a few things. So I have this agave nectar, and it's 100% pure blue agave sweetener, and you could use honey and, you know, brown sugar or sugar, whatever you like. I like to put a little bit of this in, and then I put in a little bit of vanilla, 100% pure Madagascar vanilla. And lastly, I put in a little bit of cinnamon, and pretty much you could season it the way you like. And it's starting to come up to boil here, so all you do is stir it around until all the liquid has disappeared, and it'll be done. And it's probably just over 5 minutes or so. So you can call this a, you know, 5-minute, 6-minute Steel Cut Oats, because after the first 5 minutes that you browned it the day before, it only takes about 5 minutes here to prepare, and you could be eating in about 7 minutes. So you can see it's starting to boil around the edges. So basically, you just want to cook this down into an oatmeal consistency, or however you like it. And I'll let this boil down a little bit and then return. You could pretty much turn off the heat. Turn off the heat here. Then you have this oatmeal type consistency, which it pretty much is, being Steel Cut Oats. And then you're pretty much done. You know, you could top it with any type of fruits that you like, or nuts. Could be dried fruits, any way you like to prepare it. And then, you know, you could try this out whenever you go hiking or jogging, before you go jogging, or mountain biking or road biking or skiing or snowboarding. Any type of activity works really great. You have a lot of complex carbohydrates to keep that sustained energy for, like, you know, 4 hours. And, you know, if you're going to go hard, if you're going to work out hard, you should probably eat this 2 hours before your workout. Or I know there's a lot of racers that mountain bike racers that swear by Steel Cut Oats, and definitely 2 hours before your activity. Okay, so here's my finished product. I have with some bananas on top, and like I said before, you could prepare it just about any way you like. You could put any type of fruit in season on top. You could put dried fruits like raisins or dates, or you could put any types of nuts like cashews or walnuts on top. You could put maple syrup on top. Just basically any way you like it. And you know, I've cooked these before where, you know, the first 5 minutes where I'm browning it in butter, and then I put the 3/4 of a cup of water on it, and I've waited like 3.5 hours, and then I've cooked them, and it's perfectly fine, so you don't have to wait overnight. But typically I ride early in the morning, so I don't have that amount of time, so I prepare it the night before. So whatever you're doing, if you're skiing or snowboarding or trail running or hiking or mountain biking or road biking or whatever, if you're doing an activity, you should really try these out at least once and see how you like them. I'm sure you're going to try them again. So for those that already prepare steel cut oats, drop me a line and let me know how you're preparing them. And I'll see you guys on the trail.